The last game of the regular season, week 14 from Spartan Stadium, as Minnesota's on the road to take on the number 16 ranked Michigan State Spartans to try and get one more victory on the year before bowl season play, as Minnesota enters at 6-5, 3-4 in the Big Ten. Michigan State is a tough 9-2 squad, but Minnesota has played well against teams like Nebraska and Northwestern. They fell off last week against Wisconsin in that rushing attack. They lost 31-21. We'll see if Minnesota can bounce back and get one last victory in the regular season. It's Gophers football to begin this week as Minnesota has at their own 17-yard line. It's Philip Nelson 3 wide on 2nd down and 11, and this crowd noise is loud. Nelson back to throw, and his pass is immediately batted down. It'll be 3rd down and long. Now Minnesota trying to prevent a 3-and-out as Nelson will throw on 3rd and long, deep over the middle, and Crawford Tufts can't haul it in. Almost had it, but it's 4th down. Michigan State's first possession begins on the Gophers' half of the 50. We all know how much trouble this team had against the run last week, and that's how Michigan State wants to start it. Nick Hill outside with room, 25 yards on his first carry. Hopefully this does not develop into the same game we saw last week. Now it's Andrew Maxwell keeping on the option, and he will keep it himself across the 10 for a gain of 8. First down and goal. It's Maxwell dropping back to throw, and now he scrambles right into a sack. Theron Cochran. And the Gophers know of a man with double-digit sacks as Connor Cook enters the game. Maxwell was shaken up, and Cook gets sacked as well. Everybody gets sacked by Cochran today. Theron Cochran making his presence felt early. Now 3rd and goal, and they have to go a long ways to the end zone as Connor Cook's throw is off balance. Caught by Fowler inside the 5. He's shy of the goal line, so it's a defensive stand. 3-0 Michigan State, and now Minnesota's turn once more as this is Donnell Kirkwood on the ground running up ahead for a pickup of 9. And now the Gophers face 3rd down and 8. Nelson out of the gun, 4-man rush. Pass is caught by Devin Crawford Tufts just beyond the first down marker for 10. 2nd down and 2 out of the eye. Handoff Gillum up the middle. He has the power to get 3 first down. A few first downs in succession. It's now 1st and 10 on the Michigan State side of the field as Crawford Tufts makes a catch underneath, and this will be good for 7 yards. 8 plays so far on this drive, and Minnesota has been balanced. They go back to the ground on 2nd down and 3, and Kirkwood up the middle, showing off a little bit of strength for 5 yards and a first down. Chains keep moving. Good drive for Minnesota. It's Kirkwood again. On the ground up the middle. It'll take this for 11. Good run for Kirkwood. And now in the red zone. 1st and 10. It's Mike Henry up the middle, and they catch it with a fullback dive. This is good for 7. 2nd down and 3. 1 tight end and 3 wide receivers. And Nelson dumps it off. Caught Kirkwood to the 15. 10, 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Donnell Kirkwood, as Minnesota has taken the lead on a very nice drive. Passing, running. It was slow, methodical. 13 plays. 7-3 Minnesota leads as Michigan State will try to answer back as this is Nick Hill on the ground. Up the middle. That is a 7-yard gain. Nearing the end of the first quarter, they're back in Gopher territory. Nick Hill with blockers, and there we go! Nick Hill is blasted by Brock Vereen, and it will be 3rd down and short. Minnesota trying to make a stand here at their own 44-yard line. 3rd down and 1 as Cook throws outside. Wide open is laying the tight end to the 35-yard line, a gain of 9 on the first down. Spartans keep the drive moving at 2nd down, and now an I formation handoff. Nick Hill following blocks up the middle and finds a crease. He'll pick up 10 on the ground this time. So the damage on the ground hasn't been as bad as it was a week ago, but Hill's still getting some big chunks as Cook keeps it this time on the option, and he will lose 4. Great play by Cochran. 3rd down and 9 for this Michigan State offense at the Minnesota 20-yard line. Cook slides right, goes to the end zone, just shy actually, and it's caught by Mumphrey at the 1. And they say he's in bounds, and the challenge flag has been thrown. Let's take another look. That looked like a great catch. It looked very close, but he did get that left foot down, it seems, so we'll see the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field.
Not a huge surprise there. 1st down and goal. And here's the handoff to Nick Hill, and he'll easily go into the end zone for a Michigan State touchdown. And the Spartans have retaken the lead. Let's see how Minnesota answers that scoring drive. Last time around, 13 plays, 74 yards, and not off to a good start this time as Kirkwood's wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of 3. 3rd down and 10, 3 wide, split shotgun for Philip Nelson. And back to throw to the outside, and that's almost intercepted by Trey Waynes. It was deflected. Andrew Maxwell is back in the game for the Michigan State Spartans at quarterback after Connor Cook played pretty well for a quarter. And Lang makes the catch. He'll drag Travis for 13 yards. Now facing 3rd and long, and Minnesota drops back into his zone, only a 3-man rush, and Maxwell goes long, and Aaron Burbridge takes the top off of Jeremy Baltazar. Touchdown, Michigan State. He just ran past them. It was that simple. Down 17-7 here in the second quarter. Minnesota needs a long drive here to get the tempo back on their side as Nelson, he lost the football and Michigan State has recovered. First play of the drive, Nelson gets sacked. A lot of pressure, and the Spartans are coming back out for offense. Michigan State has it, the Minnesota 11-yard line, 1st and 10, fake the handoff to Hill, and Maxwell to the end zone. He has his tight end, Paul Lang, for a touchdown. 11 yards out, and Michigan State is piling it on now. All of a sudden, a 17-point game, 4:04 to play in the second quarter, and Nelson hands off to Donnell Kirkwood, and he'll go up head for a 4-yard gain. You do not want to go 3-and-out here for Minnesota. They need 9 yards, and Nelson has time. He'll go deep to the outside to Crawford Tufts, and he can't haul it in. Pass is incomplete. This isn't good. And here are the offensive breakdowns, and Minnesota has gone backwards in the second quarter. It is ugly right now. Michigan State is controlling the clock. This defense is probably tiring out a bit, and almost every play for the Spartans is a positive gain. 3rd down and 7. Shotgun for Maxwell. Minnesota could use a huge stop here as Maxwell lobs it and Lippett pulls it down. 7-yard first down. Missed opportunity for Minnesota, that lazy duck, and now Maxwell hands off to Hill, running to the outside, and Travis gets buried, and Hill's out of bounds at the Minnesota 30. Maybe not as impressive as Wisconsin's ground game, but it's every much as consistent as Maxwell to the outside to Mumphrey. He's out of bounds at the 5-yard line. 1st down and goal. Now can the defense protect the end zone? Maxwell option. He'll pitch back to Hill, but Vereen is there. A good tackle at the 5. It's a 2-yard loss. 2nd down and goal. And now they hand off to the right, and Hill to the outside, but a play is made. It's Brock Vereen once again. Vereen's having himself a hell of a game, but it's 3rd and goal. Minnesota needs a big play. Maxwell to throw. Back of the end zone. Aaron Burbridge. Touchdown number 2. This one from 3 yards out as he beat Martez Shabazz. And it's a touchdown again for the Spartans. This one's getting out of control. What the heck happened this second quarter? 28 unanswered points for Michigan State. And now Nelson on 3rd down. Lobs it outside to Goodger. That's a big play we needed. If Minnesota could just get an ounce of positivity headed into halftime. 23 seconds to go as Nelson goes deep, and the pass is intercepted by Drummond. And the Spartans are going to have the football. They're likely headed to halftime. Minnesota kept it competitive through 1 quarter, and then the Spartans took over in the second. We'll see if Minnesota can rebound in the second half. First half, they got out of control for the Gophers. They were down 3-0, had a very impressive 13-play, 74-yard drive, running and passing. It was working for the Gophers. They scored a touchdown, took the lead, and then the Michigan State offense happened, a couple of turnovers, and things got ugly in a hurry, and Michigan State has it to begin the 3rd quarter, up already by 24 points. Back to Nick Hill on the ground, and he has been doing well all day. This time he gets 8 yards. 2nd down and 12 as Maxwell drops back to throw to the outside. Paul Lang makes the catch. That's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down. Minnesota stacks the box and now backs off. They rush 4. And Maxwell to the sideline, and it's caught by Lippett just in bounds. A lot of clutch 3rd down conversions, and they're working the sidelines to perfection as this drive continues, and Maxwell picks up a block as he keeps it across the 30. He stiff arms Travis at the 20, picks up 30 with his legs. Inside the red zone, I form, handoff, Nick Hill to the outside. He looks to be corralled. There's white jerseys over the place, and he's taken down by Aaron Hill. No relation, I think. Minnesota has this offense at 3rd down and 11. Screen pass set up, and Johnson's right there, and Langford makes the catch and loses 4. 34-7 as here comes the Michigan State defense. 97 yards of total offense allowed. Ridiculous. Kirkwood to the outside. Minnesota now has 100 yards of offense as Kirkwood picks up 5 on this carry. And that Spartan drive was a long one. Minnesota needs to act fast and get some big plays as Nelson to the outside on 3rd down, and it's called in by Crawford Tufts. Needed 6, he got 14. In Michigan State territory, 3 wide as Nelson fakes and now just dumps it off to Donnell Kirkwood. Gets a block and picks up 9 and runs out of bounds. And now 2 receivers right, 1 left. Nelson to throw. Once again, just dumps it off, plays it safe to James Gillum, who scampers out of bounds after 7. 2nd down and 10. Nelson with split backs. And he goes to the outside, and Fricty makes the catch, boxing out the corner, 13 yards. This is a good drive for Minnesota, but the tempo might be too slow. It's 3rd down. Nelson fires a strike to Crawford Tufts. He hauls it in. 1st down and goal for Minnesota. And now can they punch this in for a touchdown? Handoff. Kirkwood slips a tackle to the 2-yard line, taken down. And now 3rd and goal. 3 wide for Philip Nelson, including the senior Derek Engel. Back to throw. Nelson under pressure, and down he goes. He lost 7 on the play. And a very conservative approach here as Minnesota is just going to settle for the field goal. And it's good. It's now a 24-point game. Not really sure if I agree with the field goal call there, but if this defense doesn't make any plays, it's not going to matter anyway. As Nick Hill running to the outside, and he made Travis miss, and he's still going across the 50. Nick Hill being chased, and he's finally stopped out of bounds after 53 yards. This Gophers run defense has been non-existent these last 2 games, and they're going to keep pounding away with Nick Hill. No one even gets to him until he picks up 11. 1st down and 10, empty backfield. No Nick Hill running this time as Maxwell throws, and wide open. McGarrett Kings Jr., one of my favorite names on this team. Touchdown, Michigan State. And the lead for the Spartans is now 41-10 as Minnesota is really struggling on offense today. The defense even more so, as at least they're moving the chains. 6 minutes to play from Spartan Stadium. Shovel option left. Pitch back to Roderick Williams across the 45. Stiff arms, and he's powering away for a 1st down, 11-yard gain. And this passing offense just really hasn't gotten going today. Nothing downfield. It's all been underneath stuff. And once again, this is McDonald for 5 yards, making it 3rd and short. And I formation, Gillum in the backfield. They'll go handoff up the middle, and Gillum will move the chains on a 6-yard run. The running game has been okay, but when you're in this big of a hole, Minnesota needs bigger chunks, but they're not really built to do that on offense, as Nelson goes down for the 2nd time today, a loss of 5. Sack number 2 for Marcus Rush. Now a split back shotgun look for Nelson as he's trying to step outside, and down he goes again, this time for a loss of 4. 3rd and 19 after back-to-back sacks. 3 wide for Minnesota, and Nelson will throw the tight end into block as Nelson, nowhere to go, 3 sacks in a row. And Michigan State takes out the rest of the clock, and Minnesota just got beat down on the road in their regular season finale. Andrew Maxwell almost perfect, 17 of 19, 2 incompletions, 4 touchdowns. Connor Cook even came in and shredded this Gophers secondary. And for the Gophers offense, they couldn't really fight back. Nelson was 18 of 28, 124 yards, a touchdown and a pick, 4 sacks, 3 on that last drive for the Gophers, all in succession. Kirkwood, 13 carries, 45 yards. Minnesota was just beat down and overpowered. The regular season is now over as Minnesota will turn their attention to their upcoming bowl game. But first off, Johnny Manziel is your back-to-back Heisman Trophy winner. What a career he's having at Texas A&M. But for Minnesota, they are playing in the Heart of Dallas Bowl against the Temple Owls. An even matchup on paper, 2 teams that were 6-6 on the year, as Minnesota will try to finish off the season with a bowl victory, and they haven't won a bowl game since 2004. And just to let you know how much things have changed in college football since then, their last bowl victory was against Alabama. But they'll try to end the drought this time around against the Temple Owls. Can Minnesota pull it off? We'll find out when the season concludes next.